At 385 feet across, this is the world's new largest plane, with a wingspan longer than a football field. This catamaran-style aircraft is designed to hoist satellites to the edge of space. Backed by the Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen, Stratolaunch is supposed to make access to orbit cheaper and easier. This giant will carry air-launch vehicles into the upper atmosphere and release them. From there, they'll fire their own onboard rockets and shoot the rest of the way into low Earth orbit with their payloads. The scale of the aircraft and the ambition is hard to comprehend without a frame of reference. On the runway at the Mojave Air and Spaceport in the Southern California desert, the plane towers like a building. If you put 3 737s wingtip to wingtip, they still wouldn't be as long. The Wright brothers would have had space to complete their very first flight and then do it again and again. Everything about Stratolaunch is supersized. It uses 6 Pratt & Whitney turbofan engines, salvaged from 3 Boeing 747 jumbo jets. There's 80 miles of wiring connecting the flight controls. The pilot sits in the right-hand fuselage in a cockpit, again preserved from a 747. And soon, the Stratolaunch team promises that pilot will take the monster machine into the air for the first time. For now, the team of engineers has been running through tests. Can the plane bear its own weight on its 28 wheels? Will the 6 fuel tanks leak? Will the engines fire up? And how does it behave taxiing down 2+ miles of runway? First flight is due this fall. Scaled Composites, the firm tasked with actually building Stratolaunch, has made similar vehicles. Virgin Galactic's White Knight 2 also has twin hulls and is supposed to carry Spaceship Two and wealthy tourists to the edge of space. Using wings for the initial lift saves the tremendous energy that rockets expend getting through the thick, dense lower part of the atmosphere. And the plane can take off any time. It doesn't have to wait for a specific launch window where the Earth's rotation lines up with the desired destination in space. Stratolaunch will have competition in the space launch business though, from the likes of Elon Musk's SpaceX and Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin. Both companies are designing reusable rockets to cut flight costs. But while watching a rocket launch is always dramatic, watching the first flight of this enormous aircraft will be witnessing a moment in aviation history.